Our next topic is abortion and reproductive rights. Ms. Conroy, you'll be answering this question first.
This question comes from a high school student here in Spokane. Let's take a listen.
My name is Latasha Velarde, and I'm a student at North Central High School. Given the ongoing debates over reproductive rights in the U.S., what specific policies would you support to ensure access to reproductive health care, and how do you plan to balance these policies with respect for individual autonomy and moral or religious beliefs?
Ms. Conroy, you have 1:30.
Thank you. I was raised in a Catholic household, and we were taught that human life is sacred from the womb to the tomb. And I still believe that. And I also believe that intimate decisions about who we marry, when we marry, whether to start a family, and with whom we start a family have to be left up to us as individuals. That's part of the freedom that we are guaranteed by our Constitution. And I thought that it was heartbreaking when the Dobbs decision came out, and I realized that the rights that were guaranteed from when I was 10 years old onward were taken away from young women in our nation. And we are seeing the impact of that with horrifying stories from states like Georgia and Texas, where women and girls are being forced to carry their rapist baby to term, where women are bleeding out in hospital parking lots because doctors aren't confident that they are sick enough to intervene and end a miscarriage. And so I would work very hard to restore a national right to freedom of choice, including the right to access an abortion, and that is a decision that the patient should be able to make with her doctor, free of interference from any politician or judge.
All right, thank you very much. And Mr. Baumgartner, you have 1:30 as well.
Thank you. Well, it's great to see the question from the young lady at North Central High School. I have two middle schoolers at the IST science program at North Central, so it's fun to see and see there. I'm a pro-life Catholic, but I'm also someone that has sworn an oath to the Constitution in a previous career, and somebody that thinks, frankly, that abortion isn't mentioned in the Constitution, and as such, it's an issue for the states. So I don't plan on when I go to Congress of being particularly active in the abortion discussions, because that's better dealt with at the local and state level. Now, there's been some word games played because it is a hot topic issue in election season about what things do or don't support. So let me just be absolutely clear. I'm not going to Congress to change any abortion laws. And at the state level, those states and their people that are making those decisions, I hope they do allow exceptions for things like rape and incest and the health of the mother. But that's up for people in those communities to make their decision. That's not a decision that the Congressman Baumgartner from Eastern Washington is going to be making. So I hope that clears up any misconceptions or distortions that are going around about this important issue.
All right, thank you. And we do have a follow-up on this topic. Since the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade, Eastern Washington has seen an influx of women from other states seeking abortions and other reproductive services. In fact, a study from UW Medicine found there is now an average 1-week delay for all patients, including those here in the state. So what would you do in response to the increased demand for reproductive services, and how can you help ensure that all patients can get timely care? Ms. Conroy, you have 1 minute.
Well, as I said, what I would do would be to work for nationwide access to abortion so that women did not have to travel from state to state to find the necessary life-saving health care that they need. And I think that it is disingenuous for my opponent to say that he just wouldn't vote if the issue came up before the Congress. He's never trained as a lawyer. He apparently hasn't read the part of the Constitution that says in the 9th Amendment and 10th Amendment that there are privacy rights, there are rights reserved to individuals that are not mentioned in the Constitution, and also that rights that are not, powers that are not given to the federal government or to the state government are reserved to the people themselves. And I would work in Congress to get those rights restored and the whole range of privacy rights, and make sure that the Dobbs decision did not work in any place in the United States to prevent people from enjoying the rights they deserve and that they received in the Roe versus Wade and decisions since then.
All right, thank you. Mr. Baumgartner, you have 1 minute.
Well, we certainly need to make sure that people have accessible health care. And we should certainly have sympathy for anybody facing the challenging decision of what to do with a pregnancy. And that's why one of the things that I support, and hopefully Republicans and Democrats can support, are things like crisis pregnancy centers, so that anyone facing that decision has the knowledge that they will be supported whatever decision they make. So we need to create a culture of life here across America, and we need to make sure that would-be mothers don't feel abandoned or alone in this decision making. We need more support for young families, things like the child tax credit and health care support, so that people can make the decision that is right for them. But, again, on this issue, and we get asked about it a lot, I don't think abortion is a federal issue. It's a state and local issue, and I think that's where these decisions will rest.
All right, thank you. And quickly, in just 15 seconds, please tell us, if a national abortion ban bill came to Congress, how would you vote on it? Ms. Conroy?
I would vote against a national abortion ban.
And Mr. Baumgartner?
Yeah, I would also vote against a national abortion ban. It's a state and local issue.
Thank you.